So check it out, man. Jimmy Wang Yang, a blast from the past, truly has tapped in. It's all over the blogosphere about Chris Benoit. Before we dive into it, man, will the WWE, will there ever be a time period where enough time has passed and they reference the Chris Benoit situation? Probably not, right? I mean, I always want to get everyone's opinion on stuff and kind of look at both sides of the coin on whatever we're talking about. But on this, it's just that's never happening, right? There's no way. They're not doing that. I remember I worked at a Kmart during a holiday season, unloading trucks, stocking shelves, shit like that, right? And this was when they so this was '07, December '07, that November, December. So this just had happened in the summer, and there was some toys that were there, and like they had pulled Benoit out of some stuff and had his name covered up, like a bunch of stuff that was already packaged, and added a different action figure in there. It was like a 2-pack set, and like the Benoit name was just covered up and replaced, man. But let's get into it. He said this is in regards to backstage, how everyone was reacting and felt. He says, I don't care anything about his wrestling ability now. What he did disqualifies him to me as a wrestler. So we hear it split from a lot of guys. Like I just saw MVP recently, man, as him and Chris Benoit, that feud they had for the U.S. title, that was top tier wrestling, top tier storytelling. And it was like MVP seemingly, I don't know, he just has a different take. It's not something you could just break down, but it's like he still in a way has love for Chris, but at the same time condemns him, or I don't know, man. It's such a complicated thing. And for me, it was always so hard to accept. I remember that meeting we had in Corpus Christi, Texas, the week before Vince got blew up by the limo. So we had the memorial service at Corpus Christi. So they bring us into the arena and I sit down, and this is kind of a crazy story. I'm looking around and I look behind me and Bruce Campbell is right behind me. Army of Darkness. I was like, oh my God, Bruce Campbell, I fucking love you. Oh, sorry for cussing too much, but I love you. I love Army of Darkness, Ash, Evil Dead, and all of this stuff. I want to talk to you right after this. And real quick side note, the Ash vs. Evil Dead show that they made it's pretty good shit, man. And Burn Notice, my one son loved that show, and it was like, wow, when he found out that Bruce Campbell, was in these cult hits from back in the day, and then, was still getting active on Burn Notice and did great on that show, man. Sam, he's always drunk, right? I turn around and Vince is there. And all of a sudden I hear Vicky Guerrero screech like, oh my God, no. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? Sorry for cussing again. Then I turn around and Vince announced what happened. Like they found Chris deceased, his wife and his kid. I look directly to Brian Kendrick and look at him. And it was like, yep. He finally did it, huh? He finally snapped and did that horrible act. We both thought the same thing from our previous experience with him. Now, I've never heard any wrestler say this. Everyone, Jericho, R.I.P. Eddie Guerrero as well. Obviously, they were really close with him or at work with him, so maybe their relationship was different. But even other guys, like I don't think I've ever heard a single pro wrestler say anything like that, other than just like how the fans were totally shocked and couldn't really accept it neither. But Jimmy Wang Yang, and apparently, according to him, Brian Kendrick, they knew it was coming. That's wild, man. But after that, I was like, no, I didn't want to think that he didn't have this mansion in Atlanta. Maybe somebody robbed him and killed him and his family. It was a crazy mixed emotions at that time. And I remember, too, continuing to think like that, like something had to happen. There's just no way this doesn't add up. Did he get set up? Like, what's going on? What's good with all this, right? And then the next day, they say we're going to do a tribute show to Chris the next day. My gut felt weird. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do a tribute match to Chris Benoit. I need to see some more facts about what happened and all that kind of stuff. And again, let's stop there, kind of as we're doing it paragraph by paragraph. What do you guys think about WWE doing that? Obviously they regret it now, knowing everything. But do you think at the time that that was like the right thing, that there was no way that they would think that? Or do you think that the fact that his whole family was deceased, it was they fucked up? Which again, not with 2020 hindsight, going back to that time, it highly stupid that they did it, even from that point of view, point of reference. Then during the day, all that stuff, things started to leak out, and I no showed SmackDown because I didn't want to be a part of anything associated with what happened. I said, I'm not going. And I didn't go to SmackDown. I no showed SmackDown because I just didn't feel comfortable. I had a bad feeling about what happened. I no showed SmackDown, kind of got in trouble, but then got it cleared after everything came out. I just didn't want to be a part of it. Personally, I don't give a shit of what wrestling matches he did or all this other stuff. I don't care. The last thing he did, that sticks with me. So yeah. So, everyone's entitled to their opinion, right? But just pointing out, I never knew he no-showed. And yeah, man, pretty wild too that what was I gonna say? That yeah, him and Brian Kendrick seemingly saw this coming. That's wild, man. Literally every pro wrestler has just been nothing but shocked and like, nah, Chris would never do that, like the same way the fans have felt all these years. But to hear that is like blowing my mind. If Chris showed signs of signs, why didn't y'all help him? That's the question. Yep, he finally did it, huh? He finally snapped and did that horrible act. I'd like to hear some more about this. Was Benoit showing signs of being very violent? Word, man. Like, for real, I've never heard this. Yeah, I don't care how talented he is. He murdered his wife and child. Wiping him from history is the right move. Yeah, and like I was asking in the beginning, that was a stupid question on my part. Even trying to, for content's sake, just talk it up with y'all. There's just that the WWE will never, like, it's a wrap forever. He's right. Chris literally killed his wife and son. I don't give a shit about your wrestling. You literally did the most evil thing you can do. A lot of people have CT-ism and other brain issues and don't off their families. Yet people will still peddle conspiracy theories about it not being him even after this. So at this point, I feel like the theories have stopped. I mean, early on, you already know that's coming, period. Anytime a celebrity is deceased or with like some crazy ish like that, you knew it was definitely coming. No question. But at this point, I don't see that anymore. Do y'all? He's well within his rights, but Benoit had some of the worst CT-ism ever documented. Mental illness is no joke. I get that he's forever shamed, but it's kind of important context to leave out. So there you have it, man. A take like none other in regards to Benoit from Jimmy Wang Yang. And apparently Kendrick, man. Get Kendrick on some content quick. We got to hear what he's got to say. But WrestleQuest signing out. Sign into that comment section and share your thoughts. Sub up to the channel. And I'm going to get with y'all on the next video.